This Style Academy lesson will teach you more about the scheme of balance. If you don't know what a scheme is, check out the Tropes and Schemes lesson. And in fact, this is the second video on balance. In the first part, we talked about grammatical parallelism, how readers expect various parts of coordination to have the same grammatical form. This lesson's on rhetorical balance, how to use artistic patterns in your sentences to keep your readers focused and engaged. Because that's what the Style Academy is all about, getting better at connecting with your audience. So how do writers create rhetorical balance? What does that even mean? Let's start with humorist Dave Barry. In his book, Dave Barry's Guide to Guys, he writes about the Lawn Rangers. Yeah, I said lawn rangers. It's a group of guys in Arcola, Illinois, that participates in a local parade by pushing lawnmowers in some kind of synchronized dance. I'd love to see it. I am not making this up. Here's a sentence about the Lawn Rangers. Pause the video and read this sentence to yourself. So what is Dave Barry doing to create balance in this sentence? You may have noticed he's using if and then. Yeah, that balances two clauses pretty nicely. But Barry's doing more than just that. Let's take a closer look. On this slide, I've tried to represent the layers of balance Barry creates so effectively here. The if-then structure starts the balance, as you can see here. But then you see how he also balances other elements. More guys is balanced with a lot fewer guys. The adjectives mellow, purposeless, and semi-dysfunctional are balanced with aggressive, venal, destructive, and frequently criminal. The word organizations is repeated, and so is the phrase such as, which leads into the contrast of the Lawn Rangers and the U.S. Congress. The crafty parallels make the punchline all the funnier. We'd all be better off, writes Barry, if men joined the Lawn Rangers instead of government. Like Dave Barry, you can use if-then structures to create expectation and shape in your writing. Or you can use other similar structures like the ones that you see now, each useful for different rhetorical effects. Let's look quickly at a to-from example from Barbara Tuchman, a historian writing about the Middle Ages. Again, pause the video and read this sentence. Okay, I think you're getting the hang of this, so I won't drill down too much here. But look at the way she balances first the prepositional phrases in the first part, and then two from-to sets of phrases at the end. We've got the from-to element going on down there. Nice work, Barbara. So to create rhetorical balance then, you can use either preset structures, like if-then or either-or you can balance words, phrases, and clauses with each other. Remember, Barry also balanced two adjective pileups in his sentence. Here are three other ways you can balance grammatical elements for rhetorical effect. And here I suggest you pause the video and study these on your own. You know, I can't resist sharing one more example of how to balance phrases and clauses in a sentence. Here's Franklin Delano Roosevelt, President of the United States in the 1930s. He's giving a speech to a political convention. He says, "Better the occasional faults of a government that lives in a spirit of charity than the constant omission of a government frozen in the ice of its own indifference." The next slide, I'm going to use some color to show the balancing job here, but how would you explain it? Yeah, see, now you see how the adverbials, noun phrases, and prepositional phrases all link up really nicely. Okay, I have one more strategy to share with you, and it's best illustrated by the pop artist Katy Perry. I have some lyrics from her 2008 single Hot and Cold. I know the song because my kids like the Sesame Street version with Elmo. But here's the triumphal chorus about her love interest's wishy-washiness. How is this balance? Rhetoric scholars might point out that Katy Perry is using antithesis in this song. She's balancing ideas that are contrary to each other. Professional writers can do this too, and so can you, of course. Here's writer Virginia Woolf practicing antithesis while talking about what life's like when we're sick. Go ahead and pause the video and read this. Yeah, she's doing all kinds of balancing here. And I like the turns to wax, hardens to tallow balancing trick. Now, where but the Style Academy could you see Katy Perry hang out with Virginia Woolf? It's a miracle. Okay, it's your turn. 2 exercises here. After you do the first one, I'll explain the second. In the first exercise, practice using the 5 preset tools to create rhetorical balance. You can make up your own sentences, or you can write some sentences you've already written for a paper for class or some other writing assignment. Pause the video now and write 5 sentences using each of these tools. Okay, you ready for exercise 2? Let's see you imitate. You have 3 balanced sentences here. Write your own 3 sentences using the same balance scheme you see in italics. And I've given you an example of my own for the balancing phrases sentence. Pause now and give it a shot. All right. Thanks for tuning in to this second and final lesson on balance. I hope it was useful. And again, this does not cover all the different ways that you can balance. Your instructor may show you different ways that you can create rhetorical parallelism or balance in your own writing.